Bienvenidos a Síncopas, el acento de tu nueva música favorita. Hoy, a la distancia y desde una locación incierta, nos acompaña una banda de culto llamada Anamanaguchi, quienes hoy nos van a hablar de su más reciente disco, Anyway, y de su próximo concierto aquí en la Ciudad de México, el próximo 17 de julio en el Foro La Paz. Hi Anamanaguchi, hi Luke, hi Peter, how you doing?
Buenos días, fantastic. Really, really good. Thanks for having us. I'm driving a car. For those who can't.
Thanks for having me, even though you're driving. First, I want to ask you, you've been touring now with your new album, Anyway. So, how do you feel the fans have received this new album?
It's been awesome. Like, it's been out for a year now, and honestly, we were expecting sort of like more backlash, I guess, just because of like how different on the face of it is. It's much more like band forward and stuff, but especially at the shows, people are like seemingly most excited about the new stuff. So yeah, it's been sweet. And then on the same side of that, we also just finished a new Scott Pilgrim game soundtrack, which is sort of like relief for, we haven't left that part of us behind at all. It's just yeah. So yeah, it's sweet. And I think people have really been feeling it. It's cool to like see people singing along to lyrics that we wrote and that we're singing.
New and different.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, especially I want to talk about this new sound. How did you decide to get to this new sound, which is, I feel is more organic, I would say. How do you decide to get it? Did you change anything on your creative process when creating this album?
I would say so. I mean, we started really talking about the direction while we were working on the Scott Pilgrim anime, because it was very band focused, and it kind of informed our decision to focus on us, the four core members, more. That, like, you know, we've been writing stronger songs, and we can really make ourselves the star of it instead of what the computer or the game consoles are doing.
Well, yeah, I'd say, like, it's funny you bring up so in the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off anime, there's a scene where two friends, Knives and Kim, are playing music together in a room, and it's an experience where we're sort of all old heads, you know. We all grew up playing in bands and stuff, and it really struck me as like that feeling of having an instrument in your hands and just writing something on the spot that can be really simple, and then seeing what your friend is going to do in response to that. So we all lived together. We were all in the same room when we wrote this album. And yeah, it's a different feeling than emailing files back and forth. And so, yeah, it was the music all grew out of that process of like trusting each other and, you know, keeping things simple and still having like all of that extra production stuff on there, but treating it as sort of an ornament to something that grows from us directly.
Yeah. And also, what I'm also intrigued about this new album, even though it sounds different, I can hear the Anamanaguchi unique stamp there, because I feel sometimes that you all, in your past records, you do a lot of instrumental music. Yeah, and I hear this atmospheric sound, almost like noise and static, but in between that static you find melodies. So my question is, do you play with the static until you find a melody, or do you have a previous idea of a melody and you try to look for it in between the static and the noise?
Yeah, what I really love doing is like creating a little simple bed of like chords and rhythm that multiple melodies can exist on top of. Even with the chiptune stuff, that was like really a big thing for me. It's like having distinct voices that feel like they have character behind them, that there's like a call and response, almost like symphonically, you know? Like you would hear the string section do something, then the horns are doing something else, except with chiptune, it's square waves. And so there are bands that do this naturally, that have this sort of like symphonic feeling to them, where so many different melodies are layered on top of each other. I think about bands like the Beach Boys or The Cure and Weezer, which are an obvious big influence on this album. But yeah, it was like, we can do that with our voices and the guitars and the like chiptune video game computer sounds, and just add more and more layers to it. So yeah, it's exciting that we get to introduce words, I think, for the first time. Which again, this is all stuff that we were thinking about, but when the record came out, it wasn't like we thought about it so much, and then when it finally came out, people were just like, none of that overthinking is presented in the music. It's just there. It's immediate. So sure, yeah. It's about like having fun in the room. So yeah.
And how was that?
Along, etc.
How was that change in this idea in the chiptune to guitars? Because I can still hear that answer, this question and response from the guitars also in this new album.
Something that Anamanaguchi had lost over the decades, like on our first albums, like Power Supply, Dawn Metropolis, the Scott Pilgrim first soundtrack, there's guitar solos like everywhere. Yeah. And then if you look at Endless Fantasy and then USA, and then all the music we were making around that time, like Pop It and Miku, it's like the guitar solos went to like nothing. So we're like, we gotta have a solo pretty much on every song on this album.
Bring it back.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, we were missing those guitar solos. And also, you already mentioned about the lyrics. How was this experience of making lyrics of your own? Because I mean, it's so much different than putting a collaboration or even putting Miku with certain lyrics. How was that feeling of making your own lyrics and sing them?
It was honestly pretty weird. Like, I feel like we're only now just getting confident about it. Like, when we started, our only real experience of writing lyrics for songs were these, like, we're really writing for other people or characters. Like, Puppet is a song by us, but has, our friend Misha singing it. And it's, like, sort of in her playful voice. And then Miku, we're 100% channeling the character of Miku to say, like, what would Miku say here? And this was the first time that, like, we got to ask the question, like, so how do we channel ourselves? And I think, like, entering it through that, like, kind of meta of a question, we were a little uneasy starting it, but, like, we found through the process, like, the things that we wound up liking the most are what was the most fun. And now we're writing a bunch of new music, and that's where we're at now. We're like, fun first, meaning later.
Yeah. Oh, we're excited to hear that new music.
Yeah.
And also, I also wanted to ask you, we were saying about this atmospheric music and sonic landscape that you create, even with the chiptune or now with the guitars, and I couldn't pass. Is any American football influence here?
Oh yeah.
A bit. I think that
less than you would think.
Less than you would think. Yeah. That like, I think there is within the band itself. There's a lot of different influences. We all love and pull from different things. I'm personally probably the biggest Midwest emo fan of the band, and so for parts of what I was doing, I was thinking about it because one of the big story parts of this record was that we were writing it together in the American Football House in Urbana, Illinois. So it was on my mind, but I think that the atmosphere parts of it for me come from a bit more than that. That there's part of it that is really about, like you said, the environmental part of it and the desire to, put the listener in a specific place with us, which pulls from ambient music that I love, from video game music that I love, from the emotional center of the song more than anything. So yes, definitely some American football.
Well, I would add to that like we wrote a lot of songs in the month that we were staying in the house.
Yeah.
And the ones that we decided to put on anyway were the least like that, oddly enough. Like if we there were songs that we could have put on the album that are more like rhythmically interesting and more like harmonically jagged and maybe have more of like that emo jazzy sort of feel to them. But the stuff that made the anyway music feel right is that like we could show it to each other just by like, look at my hands, this is what I'm playing, you know, to the person across the room. That's like what made it feel like simple, playable. Like I like the idea of like a kid hearing this album and being like, oh, that's cool, I can play that, you know?
Totally.
Which like, you know, nowadays kids on YouTube are playing some pretty hardcore stuff. So, but I don't know, there was something appealing to me about like the low level beginner simplicity of like a couple chords, 4/4 rhythm, sort of guitar, you know, like entry level stuff felt like the funnest to play with at that time.
Sure.
If you, when you are creating all these musical landscapes, do you have an image in your mind when you're creating such a part of your imagination you like to musicalize?
Well, for these songs in particular, what it was, the image in my mind was the live show. It was the notion of like, what is this going to feel like? Will it be fun for all of us? Will it be fun for everyone at the show? What is the energy going to be? Like, I think the first song that I tried writing for the record was Really Like To, which the idea was absolutely, first and foremost, I want something that's going to feel explosive when we play it at the show. That kind of informed most of it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say like 100%. Yeah. Whereas like in the past, it's been like, you know, with an album like Endless Fantasy, it's like, what fantasy world are we conjuring? Like, this is like a water level. This is like a city level, you know? But on an album like USA, it was more like an emotional landscape, which is like, oh, we're exploring like feelings of like vast like helplessness, or we're exploring a feeling of like hope with friends. And it was all very interior, I think. And then with Anyway, yeah, the image that we all had in our mind was the show, the live show, the playing, the screaming, the singing, the like sweat, all of it, all the stuff that it's like the stuff that we grew up going to shows at like independent venues in New York and in LA, like stuff that in 2024, when we were writing the album, it's like harder and harder to come by that stuff in the US, and it seems maybe in other places where, yeah, the DIY lifestyle, it's like, it's a little tricky. Although last time we were in Mexico,
That's right.
Luke and I, were asked to do a DJ set at La Bestia, like a little venue in Mexico City. Yeah, and so we were playing with our friends DJ Pero, and we noticed that they had their drums and their guitar set up, and I was like, yo, Axel, can I play your guitar?
yeah, like we had the computer, we had tracks, we were like, we can jam this out.
Yeah, so we transferred from DJ set to 2-piece sweaty room punk show,
Which the two of us had done before.
Yeah.
18 years ago.
Exactly.
Like, oh, it's actually back to basics in a really fun way.
Yeah, so that was sort of like the image and the feeling that each of these songs are calling to. Also, like, it's worth mentioning that like when it came time to write like lyrics and stuff, there were like feelings that we went into this with, you know. As Luke and I were driving up to the American Football House, knowing that we were going to write music with words in it for the first time, it was summer of 2024 or spring of 2024, and the American election was underway. The genocide in Gaza was underway, and we were like, what do we even feel like saying? What do we feel like doing? And so the thing that I've been saying is we thought that it was going to be like a very angry record, a lot of like, you know, fury in it. And what wound up happening is the writing and the living together almost served as a sort of like a channeling of all of those feelings into something constructive, into something that like makes us feel not only life is worth living, but like we can, it doesn't have to be this way.
And
you know,
all of the emotions that we came in with were still there. All of the reality of the world was obviously still there, but the presence of each other helped to change that direction and how we talked about it and played and sang about it.
Yeah. Just another quick word on that is like Luke and I and Ari and James, we all grew up on punk music, and this anyway is 100% a punk album. And Anamanaguchi from the start has, to me, always felt like a punk band, like
Definitely.
maybe like chiptune emo, but it's punk music. It's loud, it's fast, it's fun. But the thing that a lot of punk music does that we were never able to do until this album is like interface with the world, deal with issues, deal with like, you can't really write it. Well, you can't write an instrumental chiptune ballad about like genocide. Or it might be a bad fit. Might be a bad thing to try.
It
Might not suit the thing.
Yeah, not saying
So,
don't try it, but like,
Yeah.
good luck.
good luck. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Also,
Exactly.
This kind of leads me to my next question about these emotions that you were feeling. What would you say it's the biggest difference in creating music for your own project, and creating music for a video game like the Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim series, and also to a series like the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off?
Yeah. It's we have so much fun doing it. Like, people notice about us that we're like very capable of being chameleons. You know, like we can change styles on a dime. That's kind of what we like to do. We never like to really be. We don't like to do the same thing once. We always like to change things
Yeah,
up.
move on as quick as possible.
Yeah, and so when we get a chance to like not be ourselves, it's like awesome. And so if there's like a task at hand and it's like, okay, write a pop song for this Vocaloid that like could play at the Olympics one day, you know, it's like, okay, bet, we got you. Like, that's not something that is normally what we think about doing. But that's what we felt the challenge was, and we like those challenges. So yeah, I mean, like, if anything, the thing I'd say is I don't think we've been challenged enough. Like I want to do like a horror soundtrack for something. I want someone who's got like a vision for something to be like, I want to see what Anamanaguchi does for this. You know, I'm thinking, what if like Ari Aster's next movie, he's like, let's see what Anamanaguchi wants to do.
Hey,
Yeah.
that sounds fun to me.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Also, did you play the Scott Pilgrim game?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you played for the first time with your music on the background?
Do you mean the original game or the new
the
one?
original game.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. I only ever completed one playthrough of it, but it was such a meaningful playthrough that like, it was 2-player. I played with my buddy Dave, who did the album art for our first couple records. And like, yeah, it was just like a tremendous feeling of accomplishment and gratitude. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. Very special. I had a maxed out Ramona on James's Xbox 360. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
nice. Who would you play? With which character you play?
It was mostly Ramona for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked playing Scott. He had a pink and blue colorway that I liked in that first game.
Yeah.
And but in the new game I play Roboto 1. He's cool.
Well, in the new game, I played with knives.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Rare. I don't see a lot of knives.
Oh, that's the DLC, I think, of 2010.
There we
Yeah,
go.
because I played on the Switch.
There you go.
Right.
On the Nintendo
Sure.
Switch, I played it.
Yeah.
And also, what's your favorite game of all time?
Wow.
All the time.
I've been thinking about this for a minute. So Luke, please answer, because I have some contenders.
It's probably something SquareSoft. The most informative one is probably Final Fantasy VI, 3 in the US. My easy answer could also be Chrono Trigger. A more recent answer would probably be Nier Automata, for far less formative but far more like cohesive. It does everything that I want a game like that to do and goes way beyond what I would have expected reasons. Yeah, some SquareSoft RPG. I have a grab bag.
Those
I think
are-
my favorite game it's probably the first Resident Evil on PlayStation, the 1996 game.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people think Resident Evil 2 is better, and I feel it, I get it, but there's some sauce on that first game that it feels real to me.
Yeah,
And that's really weird to say, but I believe it. I believe everything about the first Resident Evil game.
yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's just how I feel about it.
That is your correct answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, it's like exactly the way it happens. It's like, yeah, it could happen, and then like the mansion exploded, and now everything's fine. It's so contained, and that's like I want to add. It's sort of why I still do love the other Resident Evil games. Like I love 2, I love 4, I love Code Veronica, but to me, it's the containedness of the story. It's like, whoa, we're here. Whoa, what's going on? Whoa, like spoiler, mansion explodes. Anyway.
I mean, it's an old game. It's not a spoiler anymore. It's not. And so also, maybe for wrap things up, I had a chance to see you on 2013 here in Mexico when you came.
You were there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was there in this little bar.
That's right.
It was explosive, and I can see when you say that this, even though it's chiptune, it feels like a punk venue, like a punk gig, but with chiptune music. And also, as you can tell, Mexico fans are big fans of music and video games. So how has been your experience here in Mexico and also with the Mexican fans?
I'd say it's the best. I love Mexico.
Easily.
I'm just so happy that we get to leave. We get to go outside of Mexico City even just a little bit on this trip. We're doing another show in Puebla as well.
Yeah.
And but Mexico City, it's like people are just amazing. The whole attitude is so good. And like, yeah, we love it.
Point to spend as much time as we can there because it's always so fun, so welcoming, so beautiful. Everyone is excited, and it makes us excited.
Yep, it's why we do it. And I'd say Mexico is just the best. So we're so stoked to come back.
And also, are there any plans for the future for Anamanaguchi, or do we have to wait another 6 years for another album?
Oh hell no. No. Luke and I are talking. We plan on, like, I'll just say this. You know how The Cure, they put out an album in 1980, and then an album in 1981, then an album in 82 and 83, 84. Like, that's what I'm about. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Sounds pretty fun.
We got a lot of ideas. We got a lot of inspiration. We are ready to put out a ton of music. And we have 4 songs that we've been finishing up now. And they're going to come out sooner than you think. So yeah, we'll probably even play some of them at the show.
There you go.
In fact, we definitely will. Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up. And finally, just wait a second.
What do we got?
My final question is, meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Who the hell is that?
It's my cat. She just wanted to ask, meow, meow, meow.
And the my answer is absolutely yes.
You're correct.
that is affirmative.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I actually did want to add. You asked favorite video game. I gotta say Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's got problems, but if you ask like how much time I have in a video game, it's that. It's like a part of my life. So that's why I didn't think about it.
Yeah, Smash Brothers. It's ultimate.
Yeah.
It's big. Yeah, we should play.
Yeah. When you stood up, I saw the Kirby and Pikachu, and I was like, I have to mention Smash Bros. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Kirby's my main.
Oh, nice.
Dangerous.
Yo, Mexico is home of the best Kirby, Gilhue. Yeah. He's goated.
Yeah. No
we
joke.
got really good players.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's
So-
gonna be a great time at Smash Factor.
Yeah, we're welcome. You're all welcome to come here, and we can play all the time you can. Even
Yes, sir.
Have you ever go here in Mexico City to a place called La Friki Plaza?
Friki Plaza, of course, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to check it out the last trip we made. It's so cool.
Yeah, Luke and I we played Smash in the upstairs room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
It's one of my favorite places there. maybe we can
Good
go.
rules. Yeah, dude, we'll see you there.
Thank you very much for your time, Anamanaguchi. We are excited to have you here in 2 weeks, and yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
All right, thanks, Luis.
Thank you so much. See you.
Take care, man.
Bye. Good one.
Take
Bye.
care.